Now, in these first few words, we are reminded once again of who rules everything, who rules all things. You see, redemption didn't happen because man asked for it. First of all, it wasn't like that. And secondly, man would have never asked for redemption in his fallen estate as he is dead in trespasses and sins. Redemption also didn't happen because God was under some form of pressure or obligation to redeem man, but it happened the way it happened because it pleased God. Those are the first three words in this first paragraph of the 8th chapter. It pleased God. That is the only reason why redemption happened. It pleased God. It's the only reason why God became man in Jesus Christ. It pleased God in his eternal purpose. In other words, God had planned this from before the beginning of the world. And once again, we see something that might be painful but very relieving at the same time. That it is not us who is the center of the universe, but God. This is something we cannot be reminded often enough, that everything, the whole universe and everything there is and ever was, is always about God, even us and our salvation. Romans chapter 11, verse 36. For of him and through him and to him are all things, to whom be glory forever. Amen. So this talks about God, and it makes it unmistakably clear in a crisp statement in one verse that for him and through him and to him. So of him, through him, and to him are all things. There's no exception. Everything that is, everything that has been created, everything that happens is for the glory of God. And there's only one kind of created things that have a very hard time coming to terms with that fact. It's not the plants, it's not the animals, it's not the dead things, it's human beings. God has given us this mind, God has even given us these faculties of our soul that allow us to make decisions according to the constitution of our heart. And we constantly rebel against this fact that everything that is for God. Now, you might think that it is different in the church. I'm afraid it is not, because every one of us struggles with that question. And it is even more difficult because we are such experts in self-deception. We can even deceive ourselves in thinking that we are also selfless. We are also directed towards the glory of God. And at the end, there's still so much pride in us, so much selfishness in us. We have become just very, very crafty in masking it with spiritual lingo and quasi-spiritual behavior. And don't misunderstand me, I'm not talking about some of you. I'm talking about all of us. Again, it's not a question of if, it's a question of degree.